Good evening. Welcome to Friday Fubar, the show that's a bit pointless in a way. It has no point. Well, actually, it does. The whole point of the show is discovering unique and interesting tangents about stuff from our pasts, pop culture wise. And then we sort of follow those tangents and we could end up down a multitude of rabbit holes. Now, there's going to be a lot of people joining us tonight, hopefully, fingers crossed. A few late starters, but we'll see how things go. And, talk of the devil. We've got one joining us now. We've got Gamer with us. Nice to have you with us tonight, Gamer.
It's good to be here. Thank you, Trev.
And for the first time, Potato Revan. Did I say that right? Hello.
He's a silent potato.
Hello, computer. Oh, possibly technical issues. I noticed quite a few people have said, "Oh, this restream, I'm not digging it. It's not as user friendly as what StreamYard is." But this is a hell of a lot cheaper than StreamYard. And this is the show that's on a negative budget. By that, it's a money pit. So, hey, you've got to have a hobby. You've got to have a bit of fun. And if I can entertain a few people while we're at it, then I'm all up for that. I'll sit here patiently and talk to you, Gamer, while Potato sorts things out. He might be a little bit mashed.
Yeah.
Just interestingly, I've been checking over the stats for the streams since we started. And did you know, Gamer, that 60% of people viewing aren't subscribed to the channel?
Well, that is interesting.
Yeah. I mean, I appreciate people stopping by and having a quick look and being a bit curious as to what we're doing. And I know we're not going to be everybody's cup of tea, but, you know, it does go a long way and it helps the channel. So if you do feel like, you know, just clicking that subscribe button, that would help out majorly. And I would really, really appreciate it as well.
Any percentages on those people that how long they're watching?
Yeah, I could go into it.
Oh.
Hello.
Hello. Sorry about that. My computer thought I didn't exist for a minute.
Well, you do exist, and we're glad you do.
Just wishful thinking.
Potato Revan, welcome.
Yes. Thank
to
you.
Friday Fubar. I keep saying that, yeah, it's Friday Fubar. No, it's Fubar Friday. It's all right. I'm not quite sure myself tonight. I haven't had a drink yet.
Oh, no.
How does this work with phones?
I don't know. I've never attempted it, to be fair.
Yeah, no, because we were using EveMux, right? And which allows you, it's free, allows you to have 12 people on, but the thing is when you try to come in on an Apple device, a Mac, or you try to come in on your phone, it laughs at you and goes, screw you.
Well, you know, I've tried coming on my phone. It isn't big or clever.
God damn it.
It's not big or clever. And I'm going to say a quick hello to everybody in the chat because I am terrible at doing this. I try really hard to keep myself focused, and it's hard doing a lot of things at once on one monitor. So I'm going to say hello to the hooded man who was first. Franco Walker's in there. Manum with Number Wang, whatever that is. What's this? The Elvenden Academy Computer Club, sitting quietly in a corner. You don't have to sit quietly in a corner. Finity the Timey-Wimey Limey's in there. I've heard a rumor that Bob Gale's already applied for a restraining order. But we love you anyway. Did I say hello to Flav? I'm not quite sure. Internet Help Desk is in the chat tonight. Hello there, sir. Hope you're well. Melvin Deeply, who says, what's happening, Baygoys? Well, what happened last week? We suck it and see. That's probably a bad choice of words. Basically, we'll just, I don't know, springboard off things. We'll springboard off each other and see where those tangents take us. And we could talk about, you know, pop culture things or stuff we used to watch. A quick hello to Ash and Prism as well. And anybody else? Gavin Blackburn. Hello, matey. We've not left you out this week. I'm glad you could join us. I know last week was a bit of a surprise, really, but we thought, hey, we'll go with it. Oh, Miss Martin Muse is in there. She's She's fastly becoming one of my favorite streamers. I've been watching.
She is lovely.
I know. I've been watching a lot of her streams lately, and it's all Rennie's fault. I'm sorry, Miss Martin. You'll have to blame Rennie L because she said, "Oh, come and check out this live stream," and I did, and I didn't regret it.
No, it was a good stream. There was one they were talking about the Star Wars books.
Yes,
the ones after the Return of the Jedi.
That's right. You're correct. Yeah. Well done. Yeah, I'm glad you remembered that. And Twilight Zone the other day, or was that Jill?
That was Jill, I think.
Jill. That's Jill's channel.
Yeah, Anti-Derivative Jill was doing a really good one on the Twilight Zone.
Whatever happened to Uncle Derivative Jill, I wonder?
I don't know. Did you say Uncle Anti-Derivative Jill?
No, Uncle Derivative. If she's Anti-Derivative Jill, then Uncle Derivative Jill.
Right, okay. It's all right. You'll have to bear with me a little bit. You know, I'm not firing on all four thrusters tonight. Sword in the Storm's in the chat tonight. Hello, sir. Always nice to have you on board. Cartoon Man 154. Who else is joining us? Let's see. Have I got to the end of the list?
I think that's everybody.
Yeah. So yeah. Oh, Franco says Jill does the Twilight Zone. Yes. I get confused.
There's a lot of stuff going on. Like I was meant to be doing a anime thing on my channel, but the girl we're doing it with, her wisdom teeth decided to go and be like, you know what? Let's screw you over. So we're waiting until she gets them pulled on the 21st.
I see. Hey, speaking of lady streamers, I'm going to say a couple of words and see if you can guess who I'm referring to. Goat cheese pizza.
Eclectic Goat.
Yeah.
Eclectic Goat, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've been watching her quite a lot too. Very interesting stuff. I like the weird pizza toppings. As an official fat bastard, anything that mentions pizza, I'm there. You know what I mean?
What about, how do you feel about pineapple on pizza?
Fuck off.
There you go.
No, that is just wrong. My wife loves pineapple on pizza, and I like, why the fuck did I marry you, you weirdo? Seriously.
Well, pineapple on pizza is amazing, though.
Get the fuck out. There's the door. No.
Especially when you mix it with like pepperoni and green pepper.
No. I like pepperoni. I like my favorite pizza at the moment is pepperoni and jalapenos with extra chilies, but I like it spicy and meaty.
Jalapeno sounds good. Yeah.
Oh, I love jalapenos. I'm trying to grow some for this year.
Can you do that, Britain?
Well, I've got a thingy, a window box. I had one for Christmas. Grown your own chilies, like a window box thing. My daughter, she's a scientist. She bought it for me. I just wonder if she's using me to perform some kind of an experiment. But we'll wait and see.
See how fast before you blow yourself up.
Well, the only thing that'll be blowing up is my arsehole with all these jalapenos and chilies about.
I'll tell you something I did. One time, I gave myself an ulcer. Right?
Go on, explain.
So I got an extra spicy taco cheese chip. Right?
Yeah.
With an extra spicy kebab. Then I got 2 portions of curry. One came with the thing and one came with the kebab. And I covered everything in kebab. Sorry, everything in curry, and I ate it all. And I got bread, and because I love curry. And I got bread, and later on that night, I was literally holding on to the toilet for dear life.
Was your bumhole like the beginning of Bonanza?
No, it was more like Mount Doom at the end of Lord of the Rings.
Yeah, you certainly was the Lord of the Ring that day. Oh dear.
Yeah, I was like, oh Jesus, where's the God?
I've offered to send Tato ghost pepper reaper salsa, and he's like, "You'll kill me."
Yeah, I can't.
I love Carolina Reapers. Oh man, they make fantastic barbecue sauce.
My co-host Bubba, I know he'll take it off you.
That's good
In a
stuff.
heartbeat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he eats all that spicy stuff, but then again, he does think he's from One Piece.
Well, he'll have no peace if he keeps having that amount of spicy food. Quick hello to MC joining us in the chat tonight. Oh, what's this? Finey, timey, wimey, limey. Finally saw Time Cop. That is a really good crap film. You know, as good crap films go. I mean, I like a B movie, and I think Jean-Claude Van Damme in Time Cop is a solid B. What do you reckon, guys? Have you seen it?
I like Time Cop.
I haven't, but one of the crap movies that I did watch, because me and Kusri, every Christmas we watch crap movies. I forget its name. It was this, basically, you know, the whole Trading Places situation.
Yeah.
So these girls meet each other on a plane. And they're going, somehow neither of their families have ever seen them, a photograph, a phone call, anything. Right?
Yeah.
So they're like, you know, I'm rich and you're poor. I'm going to go and live your life. And the poor girl's like, cool, I'll go and live yours. And they both fall in love with each other's families. At the end of the bloody movie, it turns out they're cousins.
Really?
Like, it's absolutely atrocious. Like, the grandfather randomly just stands up at the table and is like, well, you wanted to be family? Well, good news. Walks up to the poor girl's dad, puts his hand on his shoulders like, son, I'm your father. And he's like, Dad? And I'm like, why am I watching this?
That does sound like a really shit film.
It's so bad.
And when he said the father bit, did he go, oh, I am your father? Did they give it one of those? Did he go full on Darth Vader?
No, it wasn't Hallmark, it was Netflix.
Melvin Deeply's just posted something quite concerning in the chat. Time Cop 2 was better with Jason Scott Lee. I didn't even know there was a Time Cop 2.
Yeah, that's news to me. That's wow.
Yeah, well, Vex got me with one. The unofficial sequel to Robot Jocks. I mean, you know, gamer, I love Robot Jocks. That is a really good B movie. I mean, it's got Gary Graham in it, for God's sake. So technically, it's a B plus. But she said there's an unofficial. It's called Robot Wars, and I downloaded it and watched it, and it was very much like it. But if you ever watched a film and thought, fucking hell, I'll never get that time back. Why the fuck did I watch this shit? That's exactly what was going down there.
Yeah, the Eternals.
I've seen all 4 Sharknado movies.
Oh my God, you poor bastard.
Yeah.
I bet you're scarred for life, aren't you, Tater?
I am physically hurt right now, and the pain didn't even come close to it. Like,
yeah, how's your ankle doing, by the way?
Bad.
Well, how the bloody hell did you manage to do that? Were you a bit pickled and had a bit of an accident?
I don't drink at all. No, just wrong place at wrong time type stuff. I've already got one condition which makes my bones already weaker, and then I tripped up, ended up taking a hard thing, and ended up basically screwing my foot up.
Dear. Yeah. Not good being in pain. I've thrown my back out this week, and I know all about it. Crikey.
That must hurt when you go to the toilet.
It hurts because I'm a fat bastard. Doesn't help that I'm morbidly obese.
Yeah.
I'm living my dream. I always wanted to be cut out of a KFC, and I'm getting there now.
We have a knockoff KFC in my city.
Yes, you do. Oh God, I know all about Pat's, isn't it?
No, Chick King.
Ah. Oh,
yeah,
there was the famous Pat's or something, isn't there, in Dublin?
I'm not in Dublin.
Oh, no, I didn't say you were, but I'm just from what I knew.
Oh,
you know
God.
what I mean?
Okay, I have a story about Dublin that's going to give you a laugh.
Go on then.
Do you often go?
I've been a couple of times, yeah.
You know Trinity College, the whiskey museum across from Trinity.
Yeah, I know what you're on about now. Yeah,
right.
Go on.
So in the 1800s, that was like a butcher's, a distillery, and that's where the poor lived. Right?
Yeah.
And there's this big, huge, you know, the old wooden storage barrels. I mean, the stories tall ones. That it exploded.
Right.
and it flooded the streets. 13 people died. How?
Drinking.
Yes!
I can't fault them. Seriously.
They drank flaming, burning whiskey and died of alcohol poisoning. Now, the butchers was one of the ones who belonged to the aristocracy at the time. So he didn't serve the public, right? And they're like, man, all the sheep, all the cows, everything back there is after burning, and all the poor people working there like, you mean whiskey cured, sir? And he went, yeah, basically. And they're like, nuts. Well, I have to go. I have to leave. And yeah, all the animals, like all the cows that were cooked, all the sheep that were cooked, all the pigs that were cooked, disappeared. The people took the whiskey cured animals from them, which was absolutely hilarious. And I'm like, that is the most Irish thing I've ever heard. Also, stay the hell out of Temple Bar, everyone.
All right. Well, that's sound advice.
That is a tourist trap.
Sounds about right, though. Well, if people are daft enough to fall into those kind of places, some people deserve all they get. Hello, anti-derivative Jill. Yes, I need to watch Robot Jocks for Gary. Met him at a convention once and didn't talk to him about Star Trek at all. Just talked about home budgeting. Was that you what sparked that conversation, or was it Gary? I always wanted to meet him. I don't know how true it is, but isn't he a short chap? You know, as actors go. I was led to believe that he's not a very tall fella at all. But wait and see. I don't particularly go to conventions and stuff anymore because the ones over here, I don't know if it's the same where you are, Tater, but the ones in England are crap. They're nowhere near as good as the one they get in the States.
So the ones in Ireland, in Dublin Comic Con, is getting to be America level good. Last year they had 68,000 people. Yeah, this year they've got the entire cast of Voyager going. They've got a good few from Orville going. They've got a couple going from Discovery, but no. Oh my god, last one I went to before lockdowns, they had the cast of Discovery there, right? The entire table was empty. Nobody was going to see him. Everyone was going to see Doug Jones for the stuff he did in different movies. You'd see girls going to him because he was in Hocus Pocus, people going to him for Hellboy and different things like that he was in, and nobody was going to him for Star Trek.
Oh, my heart's pumping purple piss for him. Really is. I mean, Discovery, I've never seen anything better. It is like the ultimate Star Trek, let's face it. Whoever came up with that idea, oh, crikey, absolute genius.
I know. I saw an interview by Alex Kurtzman, and he turned around and because they said, why are you going so far into the future? Right? Where technology will basically be magic. It takes the fun out of Star Trek. And he's like, well, I needed to go somewhere where I could break free from canon, because canon is a chain that weighs you down. And I'm like, you piece of shit.
25%, guaranteed 25% less Star Trek. Hey, you've mentioned the Orville, and you've just reminded me of something there. Apparently, there's news floating around that Hulu has picked up the Orville for another season.
That's actually confirmed. Seth MacFarlane there. Ooh.
And they've also ordered a season 5. So they've not just ordered one season, they've ordered 2 seasons. So we're finally getting season 4, which will probably not live up to expectations now, because how long is it since New Horizons aired?
No, 3 years. Sorry.
3 years since New Horizons aired.
Yes.
Crikey.
Now, there's a problem.
Go on.
The actress who plays Kelly, in recent interviews, is bitching about the Orville.
Right.
Then she was also married to Gordon and got divorced from him.
True.
And she's like, I mean, some of the problems is Seth is writing all the episodes himself. He won't give it out to anyone. And we're just waiting around, and I'm like, she's not coming back. She is not coming back. If she comes back this season, I bet you like pounds to pence that she's not coming back next season.
I wonder if they'll do a Halston Sage, because she disappeared rather quickly and abruptly.
So Halston Sage actually got the main role on, I forget the name of the show, but it was like Mastermind or something like that. But she got the secondary main role on that show, where her dad was a psychopath, and it ended where she was going to take over because her dad died. She was going to take over as the psychopath, but it got cancelled. Which means that you could bring her back, say that she got cured and bring her back. But the problem is, what position will she go in? Because she's like
69.
She's quite a low rank. You wish she'd kill you.
Who, Halston Sage?
Yeah. Oh, sorry. I thought you meant the.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Well, either way, I prefer her in character. I think she looks hotter in character. Whether that's just me being a bit of a perverted fuck, I don't know. But I don't know. Gamer, you any thoughts on the Orville? Did you like that show in particular, or?
It's actually one of the shows I've never watched on Fox.
Really?
Yeah.
It's on Disney now. It
is.
Yeah.
And it's probably one of those shows I'll be able to circle back to, because with what appears to be an outstanding Daredevil show, I'm going to pick up Disney Plus here at the beginning of March. So there's shows I can go back to. So the Orville, if it's on there, yeah, it's one of those shows I'll probably go back. It's kind of like 24 for me. I didn't watch 24 when it was on originally through the first 7 seasons, and then it was on, I think, Netflix. No, it was on Amazon Prime. And so I started streaming, back-to-back shows, and I caught up to the first run shows in Fox by season 9. And then I just let those, so I didn't watch them on Fox and waited for them to come to streaming. So, yeah, I guess I'll have to watch the Orville.
Yeah.
You will, otherwise I'll beat you. I'll spit out of the cannon.
Oh, do you know, I'm sorry to pick on an Irish stereotype, Tater, but I was half expecting you going into Mrs. Doyle and going, you will. Sorry.
Oh, my God.
I love news for you, Trev, for convention's sake, there in England, the, what is it? The Star Fury convention?
Yeah.
Michael Shanks and Richard Dean Anderson are going to be there.
I did hear about that, and I know for a fact my boss, he's on about going, so no doubt he'll try and drag me in.
That would be a highlight. I mean, when I heard that, like, oh, please, they're coming to Florida. I'm like, no, they're going to Britain.
Michael Shanks needs a better agent, honestly.
Really?
Have you not seen the latest movie he was in on Netflix? It was awful.
I haven't. The last time I saw him in any film was Elysium.
So he was in a movie where this girl, her sister's murdered, right? Back in 2003, before she was born, which makes me feel so fucking ill.
Somebody loves you.
Then she ends up time traveling to go back on this really shit set to see who killed her, and ends up deciding to stay there. And I'm like, so does that mean she's going to be there to raise herself?
That's it. I don't see. I like watching time travel stuff, but you'll always get somebody who'll want to nitpick the minutiae.
But it's not the minutiae of it; it's the logic at the end of it, because it's an ultimate paradox. I mean, plus you also have to admit, if, let's say, for talk's sake, your kid showed up and it's like, hey, Dad, this is the kid you haven't had yet, who's going to be born 4 years in the future.
I know. I saw a clip on YouTube Shorts about that. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, because she meet her mum in like a PE lesson or something.
Yeah,
that's the one I thought it was.
Yes, he does. That's another one, but not this one. Not the one with
Michael right. Okay.
That is another one. Like, she goes back and understands her mother. I didn't see that one. But
you've got to have a really good plot, and when it comes to time, you've got to make sure that you don't screw yourself up or catch yourself out. You know what I mean? You've got to really be on the ball.
Yeah.
You need a quality showrunner. You need somebody that says, hey, you can't do this because of what you did here. And if you have that, then yeah, as long as it logically follows.
Yeah. You can't have any crazy bullshit what contradicts itself and makes the first act of what it is you're trying to do look complete shit because you've just contradicted yourself in Act 3. None of that. None of that.
Yeah.
Anti-derivative Jill says, I love the Orville. Season 1 is an A. Yeah, I'd say it was more of a C+ in my book. Season 2, an A+. Yes, Season 2 was very good. Season 3 a C, but still all infinitely better than any new Trek. I've seen.
That's a good recommendation because I know Jill loves her Star Trek. I mean, I do too. So for a show that I've never seen, those ratings aren't bad. So it's a show. It's like, yeah, absolutely. When I have Disney Plus, I'll have to watch it.
It is an absolute love letter. It was actually pitched to be there instead of Discovery. He went to like Bad Highdown and say, lads, listen, I have an idea. We do a Star Trek, we do a more comedy coming off the back of DS9. Like, because we had no like Picard at the time. Right? So it's like,
I wish we never did at all.
Season 3 of Picard is good.
Yes. The only letdown is it solely relied on member berries. Terry Matalas was just milking the fanboys from First Contact, because that's all it was. It was like a poor made-for-TV sequel to First Contact. Anti-derivative Jill says, I want season 4 of The Orville to go back to exploration and fun sci-fi concepts. I think that will be down to Brandon Braga if he's still attached to the project, because I think he really did keep that show grounded writing-wise.
No, he did, but I'm not going to spoil it, but all I'm just going to say is the situation with the two current alliances, I don't know how fair exploration is.
Right. Yes.
Because I don't want to spoil it for Gamer.
Yeah.
Well, we don't want to give too much away, Gamer, but there are some kind of, how can I put it, cross-species storylines which open up social problems faced in modern day, if you know what I mean. They're very reflective of elements in society. I mean,
is it overdone or is it done correctly?
No, it's done right, but I must admit, season 3 did go a bit woke in places.
It did, but I mean, it also didn't. It went. Its woke was momentary, not episode-wise, at least.
Okay, so it's not enough to push me away from the show.
No, definitely not. Okay. No, it suffers the crime of random now and again bits which will be considered as being woke, but it doesn't go overboard. It's not shoving it in your face, and it's not making a big deal.
Okay.
Auckland plot.
Yes. Yes. You know where I'm going with that one, don't you?
So, Gamer, when you get through the Mocklin plot, you'll know it immediately, right?
Okay.
Each of the Mocklin episodes, just
pardon me,
grit your teeth, punch a teddy bear, and like just get through it.
Just get through it. All right.
Yeah.
Punch a teddy bear. Are you thinking Punch Ted? That would be funny.
That's a good show. I love that show. So originally,
you sound like Peter Griffin, but I don't hear it. Yeah.
But originally they said that show was connected to the movie universe. But if you look at it, by the end of season 1, it can't be. There's too many. Like, the parents' names are different. And a couple of the details in it are already different. Plus, I think the Ted TV show is far better written than Ted the movie.
Franco Walker makes a good point here. We could do without Picard. Season 3 was a TNG member berry rehash. I agree. And it was just mashed up with the whole thing of First Contact. But did you notice in the really bad section 31, made for TV film or made for the oh, right. You listen to the musical cues, because there's one very distinctive cue in music, and it kind of has that Borg theme to it from First Contact. If you listen out for it, you'll hear it. You'll hear it. Franco says, Sorry, Tater. Franco says Star Trek Prodigy is a good series.
It is.
I started watching it. That's the animated one, like the Janeway based one. I did start watching it, and I kind of thought, well, I'm 51. I shouldn't really be watching this, and I kind of gave up on it.
It's actually good.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't seem to enjoy animated stuff like that as much as I used to. It's like Lower Decks. People say to me, "Oh, you want to check out Lower Decks?" And I'm like, "No, I don't want to check out Lower Decks. Thank you very much." Gamer, have you seen?
I think it's modern animation. No, I've not seen either. But that's one of the turnoffs for me with the shows is that just the trailers that I've seen of the shows. I don't like that style of animation.
If you think that's bad, like the last Spider-Man movie, was it the multiverse one? Yeah, Into the Spider-Verse, and the animation style was very janky. It was jittery, and I hate that. Pardon?
It was designed like that because they designed it after the original what a comic panel is.
Yeah, but they did the same thing with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles as well.
It's the same company and some of the same people.
Yeah, but it looks shit.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I don't like that style at all.
And,
if you can make stuff in 4K, right? Wouldn't you, after spending all that money, want to put that quality into a production instead of it looking like a fucking Charlie Brown Christmas special?
But I know everything can't be anime, and Tato likes anime, and so do I. But
I love anime.
When I see, Trev, I would just go back to cartoons from the 80s.
True.
Oh yeah.
And I'll use She-Hulk, She-Ra, and He-Man as an example. Now, would that be considered cutting edge animation? No, but stylistically, it stayed consistent. As you've gotten closer to modern day, one of the things I've seen people write about is like the eye placement on the animations, like with the oversized eyes and everything. That it's.
They're trying to be.
I don't want to call animation realistic, but when you have anime that's realistic, and then you have this where it's almost childish, and again, it's a cartoon, but it's beyond childish. It's absurd, and it shows a lack of quality, at least in my estimation.
So
I love animation. Don't get me wrong.
It shows a lack of integrity in your own product, because if you're making it, it's like that old saying: if it looks like shit and smells like shit, it's shit.
Right.
Yes.
Instead of just keeping things quality. Why can't you just make something what's good instead of trying to stand out by making it look like you've had a load of people with crayons just fucking dribble something out?
Right. And so to Tato's point with him liking Prodigy, it may be a good show, but I just don't like the animation style. So
the animation style is quite jarring. Like there's weird movements from tentacles and like stuff that just shoots up from nowhere. Like I get it, but it's like the way it moves. It's like you can tell that they just grabbed the animation cells and just pulled it rather than have it like grow. Like because it's too stiff. But like with anime, the eyes are so big because it originally came to save money. They're like, hey, instead of having the character jump and flail his arms about, we're going to do it in the face. So camera zooms in. Look at One Piece.
But example. I was just going to say One Piece, but see, I don't have a problem with One Piece. I don't have a problem with most anime because I'm expecting that, and that's their style. In American cartoons, or let's say it's cartoons that are aired here, and maybe they're made abroad, but they're for an American audience. There's obviously, and you know this, Taylor, there's a distinct difference. And so you're mentioning things like Prodigy. If your point is to try and hook a large audience, I don't know why they stylistically do the things that they do on those shows, but it's enough to make me not watch it. And to your point, it might be a good show. I'm just not willing to fork over the dollars to Paramount Plus to watch it.
It's not on Paramount; it's on Netflix.
Oh, well, in either case, I still wouldn't.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, if the animation style is still jarring, plus, let's be honest, Lower Decks is essentially Rick and Morty. It's for Rick and Morty fans.
So
I used to, but gets, hey, let's go for an adventure. It's the same thing every week.
Yeah.
Like after a while. But I'm going to say something that a lot of people find controversial. Gamer, have you watched Avatar, The Last Airbender and Korra?
Yeah.
I think the house who made Legend of Korra really did a fantastic job, animation-wise.
I probably wouldn't disagree with that.
Yeah, like, oh, did you know we're getting a new one? There's a new Avatar coming.
Oh no, I did not.
Yeah, they went into it. It's like there's an earthbender. He's from a metal bending city, and by all looks of it, he's a Beifong.
And now you know. And
Yeah.
you've kind of done it, Tater, because you've said Rick and Morty. And when anybody says Rick and Morty on my streams, I have to do this. Are you ready?
Okay.
In a world where there's 8 Jan Michael Vincents and 16 quadrants, there's only enough time for a Jan Michael Vincent to make it to a quadrant. He can't be in 2 quadrants at once. This January, it's time to Michael down your Vincents. Jan Quadrant Vincent 16. Take my temperature over here, nurse. I think I've got Jan Quadrant Vincent fever over here. Nice one, Morty. Sorry.
Dude, I could literally see that being an episode of Rick and Morty. Oh
it
my
is.
god.
It is. It's interdimensional cable too.
They actually had a thing where they stuck. They're like, oh, in this dimension they have the ads. It's like, what happens like if you just follow the people in the ads and they go home. And in it, they're like, oh my god, like that was funny. And then you're sitting there like, are you still going on with this?
Yeah, that was the fake door guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's like, come and get our doors. They're fake doors.
I'm ants in my eyes, Johnson, and I've got ants in my eyes.
Yes, that's the guy.
Manum says, Ulysses 31. Now, that was big over here. That was made by DIC, a.k.a. Deke, which stands for Do It Cheap, who did Inspector Gadget and Jason the Wheeled Warriors and a whole slew of...
I love both of those.
80s cartoons.
Yeah.
But Ulysses 31 was basically one of its first big productions, and all the animation was done in Japan as opposed to Korea. And they teamed up with, oh god, it's gonna not Tatsunoko. It was one of the other bigger studios at the time, and Ulysses 31's animation style, it's sublime. It's like it's like watching a really good anime story. I mean, the art direction's good, the colors are good, the cinematography is good. It's perfect. And if nobody's ever seen Ulysses 31, the English version was dubbed in Canada. Deke, always had a thing with Canada. Obviously, dealing with French Canadians was easier than dealing with Americans, apparently. Yeah, I was a big fan of Deke. It's just the name what put me off.
Yeah, I looked at it. It looks like something I'd like. Yeah.
Who do you work for? Deke.
I remember Deke. I do. Like it's like a show then and I go Deke.
I tell you something. I can reel off an absolute ton of stuff produced by them in the 80s. You've got your first sort of mainstream kids cartoon, because Ulysses was a bit above kids' pay grades for the time. But you'd got Inspector Gadget, the short-lived Pole Position, which I thought was really good. Fair enough, the plot was shite, but I thought it was really good in terms of what it was doing. And you got the Real Ghostbusters; they were doing that too. God,
Did they make Godzilla?
No, that was Hanna-Barbera.
No, the one after '94, after the '90s movie.
No, I don't know about that. I thought you might. The only Godzilla cartoon I ever saw was the one that went up from the depths, 40 stories high. You remember that one, Gamer?
Is that the one with Godzuki?
Yeah, that's the one, Godzuki in it, yeah. Well, that was the only one I remember where the captain of that ship had that signaling device on his belt and he'd press that red button and Godzilla would be like, what the fuck do you want? I was just watching TV.
I liked how he would stand on top of the water, too. I mean, like, you came from the depths and now you're like, moving around out. And
yeah, and he's like waist deep in it.
Yeah.
I'm going to recommend something for you. If you haven't seen it, Ghost Stories.
Right.
The anime. Have you seen it, Gamer?
I'm trying to remember.
So they made this anime in Japan which was
you don't say. Anime from Japan. I'm shocked.
Which was the most unpopular anime ever made. Right?
Right, yeah.
So they gave it to the English guys, and the English were like, guys, like, we can't sell this to anyone. Like, no one is going to buy this. So they said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to let the voice actors for the English ones do what they want to do. Say what lines they want to say. And it is absolutely...
Pretty much what Funimation does anyway.
Yeah, but it is like an abridged. Like, and it's an officially licensed and made abridged. Like, there's one of the lines in Japan translates to English. Some like, this kid calls the cat saying, "I'm so glad you came here. You saved me. I can't thank you enough." And in English, it's and the cat's like, "God, you're retarded." Runs off.
Okay.
I think I have seen an episode or two on Crunchyroll, but I didn't watch the whole story.
Yeah, you need to. It's absolutely hilarious. Like the stuff that they come out with. Like, I'm not going to say it on YouTube, but it's... Oh, I got a notification from Tubi that YouTube is changing its algorithm.
Oh.
Yay.
Not Brian says hi, oldest gamer.
Yes, I said hi to him in the chat. It's always nice to see him here. Adam Graves in the chat.
Is he?
Say hi to him too.
My chat seems to have locked up. I'm just going to have to... Hang on a minute. I'm going to have to close it a second and redo it. Oh, it's working now. Hello, Adam Gray. Nice to see you in the chat. I'll catch up with the chat in just a moment. But you were talking about anime, and I was just thinking about what really got me into anime. And it's weird because when manga started being, because the actual brand manga in the UK, Fist of the North Star was sort of like my gateway into it. But as I got more and more into anime, I realized I'd been watching it for years. Now, Gamer might remember this. This was about the R era time. Battle of the Planets. Do you remember that, Gamer?
Absolutely.
Well,
that was my entry. I love Battle of the Planets.
That was the Western rehash by Sandy Frank of Science Ninja Team Gatchaman. And that anime is as old as me. And I'm old.
My entry is because of my grandfather. My grandfather was a nerd. Like, he said that he remembers science fiction books from the 50s. Well, he's past it, but he used to read them back in the 50s. Right? He was born in 28. But I'm going to say an anime, and it is old. It is like from the 60s. Gigantor.
Yeah, I remember that. I've seen that.
Yeah. Like,
it's
that
like
was
pre-Voltron, isn't it? And all that.
Yep.
It's it's around the same time as Astro Boy.
Ah.
Yeah, like, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, oh my god, like, that was my first one. Then on to Pokemon. I mean, I am a 90s kid. Right? But it was like then on to Pokemon. And there was a weird one, Monster Ranchers. Any of you seen?
I'm familiar. I didn't watch it. That's probably something my son, I mean, he's a lot younger, but that's something he probably watched.
Yeah, like it would have like been on repeat. Yeah. Where this kid basically goes into another universe using a PS1.
I got conned into watching a movie at a friend's house, and he said, "Oh yeah, Pokemon," and I got there, and it was Poke at Mom, which is what I wasn't expecting. No. Just having a quick look in the chat, I've completely scrolled past a load of good stuff. But Gavin Blackburn says these are basically Gamer. These are a lot of cartoons that were aired over here on the BBC. Gavin Blackburn says, "Who made Dogtanian and the Musker Hounds?" It was a Spanish animation company. I can't remember exactly who, but he also asks, Lost Cities of Gold. It was the Amazing Cities of Gold. That was made by Deke as well, because the kid who played... Oh, was it Towel? He'd got a funny name. That was the kid who voiced Telemachus in Ulysses 31. MC says, this might be the cartoon you were talking about, Tater.
Yeah.
MC says, they did a cartoon of Godzilla after the terrible Matthew Broderick film.
That's it.
Wow.
That's the one.
Yeah, sounds about right. Not Brian says Inspector Gadget was light years ahead of the woke curve. The protagonist was an idiot, and the young female bailed him out every time. Yeah, it's true.
And the dog.
Yeah.
And the dog, yeah.
I'll get you next time, Gadget. You absolute twat.
There's legitimate
Mad
theories
cat.
going around that Inspector, like that Claw, is actually the real Gadget, and Gadget is made up after him. So the reason why he's trying to destroy Gadget is to get his life back.
I haven't heard that before.
No, I haven't heard that. I think that's a bit grasping at straws.
Oh,
Where
Trev,
did
I have
you
another
hear
anime
that?
from our era.
Go on,
too. It was called Battleship Yamamoto, but in the States it was called Star
Fire
Blazers.
Yeah.
loves that one.
Yeah, seen it. That was good.
The wave motion gun, man. I love that. I mean, the whole trip to Iskandar, and then the season 2 is not as good as the first, but I still watched it.
And you, I was thinking about stuff that I started watching because manga was pretty close to the bone when it first launched in the UK. Well, in Western Europe. And there was stuff like Irotsuki Doji. Anybody ever seen that series? The Legend of the Overfiend and Legend of the Demon Room.
Yeah,
they are like, whoa, bit far out, mate. Bit far out. They're a bit close to the bone, aren't they? If you look back at them and analyze them properly.
There's a version of Demon Overlord that just goes fucking ham. They know what they're doing, if you get me.
Yeah, yeah.
Not suitable for younger audiences or the French.
But I found a really good version of Fists of the North Star because the one that got released here was only the first story. It wasn't complete. And the best one I ever found, and it's on YouTube. So if anybody wants to watch Fist of the North Star, fair enough, it's a bit of a sketchy edit because there's different varying qualities of material that they've managed to find. But they've pieced together pretty much the first 3 books, and they really do sort of mesh quite well. And it explains a heck of a lot more than the manga versions. Hey, interesting fact for you, right? And nobody's going to get this apart from me. But Ken Fist of the North Star, does anybody know the connection between his voice and Babylon 5? Anybody in the chat want to have a crack at this? If anybody's seen Fist of the North Star, the guy who plays Kenshiro, if you think you know, have a quick go. You know, people are trying to open my bloody door. How inconsiderate and rude. Any ideas?
That's why you wrap barbed wire around the handle.
I think I need to put something on the door handle. Maybe Vaseline so the MC's come out with a good one. Fisting the Brown Star. That's not bad. That's not bad. I'll give you a point for that. The voice of Ken in the English dubs of Fist of the North Star is a man called John Vickery. Now, John Vickery was a character actor who was in Babylon 5 quite a lot. He was one of the main sort of Minbari recurring characters called Neroon. He was a warrior caste who came out the closet as being religious caste before he died. It's funny that.
Wow.
Yeah. So if you ever watch Babylon 5 and you come across the character Neroon, he's that's actually the voice of Ken. I always knew my brother Jaggy had a glass jaw. That's him. And you can tell it's him.
I know, because I'm just starting my One Piece journey. I'm only 380 episodes in. And the voice of Brook is actually also the voice of Whis in Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, there's a very small stable of voices in anime.
Well, the houses that make it, it's the version I'm watching is Funimation, right? And they only use Funimation voice actors. Now, Funimation is a terrible, terrible studio. I mean, the people in it, they're awful. But they...
Don't hold back.
Oh, no. I support Vic Mignogna. I will not hold back. So they then what they do is they're like, let's say for talk's sake that I'm working on a big anime and we're starting a spin-off. I'll go, hey gamer, I need you free, let's say Sunday. You're like, yeah, what's going on? Well, I want you to voice this character. Trevor, I want you to come in and voice this character. Like, do the voices and then like voice about 6 more while you're at it.
Yeah.
I've noticed that with Viz cartoons. I don't know if Trev, you've noticed that. Like, if you've seen anything like Inuyasha, because the voice was done by I think it's a Canadian studio, Viz.
No,
I've noticed other actors in other
because
films.
There's if you're talking about the original Viz,
yeah,
they were Mark Mercury, and it was also Ziv as well, if I remember right. There've been a couple of names, but yeah, I know that kind of stable, and they brought quite a bit of anime early on from Japan into North America. One of the first animes ever to appear on home VHS was The Adventures of Captain Future. There were only a total of 4 episodes ever released on 4 VHSs, and that was produced by them. They did the English dubs, but it was bigger in Germany than it was anywhere else. But it didn't take off in the United States. They also did another one as well, and I can't remember what it is. It probably will come to me at some point. But I hate that. You know, when you know what it is and you just can't bring it to the front of your mind. I'm having a lot of that as
give you a laugh.
Well,
that's an older anime too, from 1978.
Yeah, that's right.
I'm going to get you'll know this one straight away, but I'm going to give you a laugh. Guess which anime in the late 80s, early 90s was the most popular anime amongst boys?
Dragon Ball.
Nope.
Pokemon.
No.
I know it's got to be Samurai Pizza Cats then.
Sailor Moon.
Oh, I knew you were going to say.
I'm trying to remember when that aired. Yeah, no, that would sound about right.
Yeah, like they brought it back, but like one of the things I was watching was they had one of the original creators of it on at a thing in Japan, and they said, yeah, it was like incredibly popular amongst like guys in America, and he just looked over at his entire panel full of like professional cosplayers as the cast, and he just looked and then, I wonder why. Like just plus, what?
MC says, sorry to cut you off there, Tater. I'm a sod for doing that. If you get peeved by it, do let me know. I will just ignore you anyway. MC says, Battleship Yamamoto may have been my first anime film, and Battle of the Planets. Battle of the Planets was just that. I'm going to say something now, and Gamer might agree with me on this. When you were of a certain age, everybody wanted Princess as a girlfriend. Do you remember them?
Yes.
Is that a true statement, Gamer? Do you agree with that?
So yes. Just saying.
Yeah. Oh, Minimum says too many women being draped by demons in the overfiend stuff. Yes, it's a bit out there, isn't it?
It is.
Well, a lot of the edgy stuff from Japan is usually the best because they're no holds barred. If they want an anime, they're going to do it. Based on the mangas.
True.
There's some stuff that I watched. My wife got me on some of the stuff in the early 2000s that you would start watching on Toonami, and then so we would then go to one of the anime channels when we still had cable, and some of it's like
apparently Toonami's back, by the way, Gamer.
Really?
Yeah. It's not as big as what it was. It's come back like 8 times, but apparently, like according to Bubba, it's back.
And I'm trying to think back at the time. So we would watch like Big O, Cowboy Bebop. I'm trying to think out what else was airing at that time.
Death Note.
Yeah, so it's good that it's coming back. I mean, that was my ability to keep up on some of the anime. Especially like with Inuyasha, when I first got hooked on it. I say my wife kind of got me hooked on it, minus the whole early, 1970s and 80s stuff.
Yeah.
We enjoyed it so much, and this was after my son was born, the final season of Inuyasha, we couldn't wait for it to be English dub because we weren't sure if Viz was going to do it. So we watched the final season, streaming it. I forget how we were doing it, but it was it was in Japanese and then subtitled, and it's hilarious based on having watched the first few seasons with the English dubbing versus the final season with the subtitles and how different they were translating the Japanese to English.
Atom Gray says Princess is fit.
Fit's a good word.
Yeah. MC says, yes, about Princess. And this makes me laugh. Trev really had a thing for Seven's Arc 7 and everyone knows it. He was a lightweight. Anything more than WD-40, and he was voiced by Alan Young, if you remember.
I love Alan Young. Yeah.
Most people I know at conventions, when you turn around and they're all like, everyone keeps saying instead of Princess over this way, it's either Nami or Nico Robin.
Yeah. I tell you what, I am enjoying anime wise. I've been watching a lot of Jujutsu Kaisen. I'm getting quite into that, to be fair. And there's one my son started watching, and it's all about cells in your body.
Oh, cells at work.
Yeah.
I love that one. It's weird and it's funny. Another one that I just started watching is Spy X Family. It's so wholesome. I love it.
I've got some bad news, guys.
Oh?
He's here. Are you ready?
I think I'm ready.
It's Scotty. It's R37. Take coffee. How are you, Scotty?
I'm very, very well. How are you guys doing? Don't let me interrupt.
Oh, it's all right. We don't mind. You interrupting? Can't imagine you doing that at all, Scotty. What have you been up to?
Well, heavens. You know what I saw last night?
Oh, God. I've got a feeling. Go on.
I saw Captain America 4.
Oh.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No, and so like a little bit of context in terms of my fandom. I'm a big fan of the MCU. I like it in all of its incarnations, even post Endgame. I make a big fuss about hating everything after Endgame, but there are some things after Endgame that I do like. She-Hulk, obviously. In fact, if there is anyone with money in the audience and they want to buy me the Hot Toys She-Hulk, I would very much appreciate it. And I went to the theater and I saw the Marvels. It's not as bad. It's not that bad. It is a Disney movie of the week, but whatevs. I've seen and I went to go see Captain America 4, Brave New World, and Harrison Ford was awake, and I think it was a very engaging interpretation of Thunderbolt Ross.
I believe
you know what?
Actor...
I would say I would give it a mid-level. I think that the average aggregates of reviews are giving it like a 5 to a 6. I'm gonna give it closer to a 6. Like it's a 5.75. It's not great. Like if you're going into this expecting Infinity War, you're dumb. But like it's a fine film. Like it's a fine MCU installment.
That's an interesting take because one of the people I follow, he watched it last night too, and your comments, Scotty, are kind of along his. The way he phrased it is it's not a bad film. He didn't use the term adequate, but that's kind of like the description you're giving.
It's adequate.
Terrible.
It's adequate.
Yeah.
It's brimming with adequacy.
You'll never get that money back or that time.
No, but I had a good time though.
Well, that's a good thing. If you had a good time.
Okay, and also the 3D was good. And if you and I wouldn't recommend any spoilers. If you have the spoilers, good for you. If you don't, this is what I would say. Rewatch Edward Norton's Incredible Hulk, and then go check out the new the Captain America.
Is Mackie good or shit in this?
You know what? And this is the weird thing, is that I really want to like Anthony Mackie. I really want to like Sam Wilson as much as Steve did. But like it's almost there. But the thing is, and this is the problem with the movie, is that they keep saying, what if Steve was here? What if Steve was here? And I was like, I wish Steve was here.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't mind Anthony Mackie, but he killed Altered Carbon, and I can't let that go because I like that show. MC says most UK reviews of Cap have been 2 out of 5. What else is? Oh, this is controversial.
Yeah, that's fine. 2.5 out of 5 is great.
Help Desk says it's not MCU; it's a Roger Corman superhero movie. Well, Roger Corman has been known to do stuff like that.
You want to watch the Fantastic Four? Should we review the Roger Corman Fantastic Four?
I've just had an idea for a film, The Fantastic Foursome. That'd be quite interesting. Oh,
hard as a rock.
Manum says Scotty is a contrarian. He will say it's good just to have an argument about it. He is ready to die on any hill. Is this true?
I have so many hills that I've died on. I am, so Mount Salea is the biggest one.
How dare you say Mount Salea?
But yeah, no, I love
it.
Yes, am I a contrarian? Yes. Or you know what? And other people have called me an independent thinker, and I prefer that.
Remember.
Have you seen The Eternals, Scotty?
Oh, just hold on a second. Just hold on a second, lads. Oh. Internet Help Desk. I'm just saying it from the chat while it's hot. What didn't help is all the reshoots and scene additions and subtractions. It's always going to leave an editing inconsistent mess. I agree with that, Help Desk.
But there was an obvious, like at the end, like the finale of the film, there was obvious. Like it was completely consistent in terms of the cinematography of the movie. And then at the end, it was like, oh, what? It seemed cobbled. The ending seemed cobbled together.
Well, that would make sense with the reshoots and everything. Yeah.
Franco Walker says Roger Corman, Fantastic Four is a great film. Before that, Adam Gray said, leave Roger Corman alone.
Adam loves
Roger Corman. This is quite bizarre. I'm going to honor this one. Not Brian says, a request. Could one of the panel sing, I got me a Chrysler, it's as big as a whale? And we're heading on down to the Love Shack. Does anybody want to have a go at Hey, Scotty, do you know the lyrics to Love Shack?
Well, I can do what he requested, I suppose.
Go on, do it in the style of that dude from the B-52s. That'd be quite interesting.
Well, I got me a Chrysler, as big as a whale, and we're about to set sail. You know what? It sounds more like the center square from the Hollywood squares.
Yeah. I'm gonna give it a go. I'm gonna give it a go.
Yeah, Paul Lind. I sounded like Paul Lind.
The Johnny Walker is starting to kick in, and I'm feeling a bit brave now, so I'll give it a go. I got me a Chrysler, it's as big as a whale, and it's about to set sail.
You sound like Paul Lind as well.
Yep.
Do you know something? I saw a meme, and I used it as a reference to the B-52s. Somebody had spray painted a giant cock on the side of an outbuilding, and it had got fuck shed on the side of it, and I put on Facebook a while back, I put 15 miles to the fuck shed, and I just thought that was hilarious. But then again, that's just me. That's how my mind works. MC says, just 1 second, Tater. I like Anthony Mackie, but you're right about Altered Carbon Season 1. It was fantastic. It was fucking fantastic. It was absolutely brilliant. And then Joel Kinnaman did a great job as Takeshi Kovacs. But Season 2, not so. I'm
not sure why they did that. Was it designed to go that way? I don't have a problem with Anthony Mackie, but I didn't understand why they were switching roles other than, well, we can do it because the plot device allows us to do that.
It is. Well, the thing is, with everybody having stacks, consciousness can be transferred as DHF, digital human freight. So you can be anybody in any body. Well, you can be yourself, but in a different body.
Right.
That'd be quite. I think that's Altered Carbon brings so many things into question about what really is the human soul. You know, is it something you can record? Is it something you can download and re-implant and all that kind of stuff? It's all a lot of ethics and, you know, stuff like that, theological stuff, all being brought into question. But in a way, you know, I don't think more immortality is a good thing because let's face it, it'd be fucking boring. You've seen everything, you've done everything, you've tried
like a Black
everything.
Mirror episode. When they upload their brains, they're kind of detached from everything. They're living forever, but it becomes almost nihilistic.
Well, I hate to be the Star Trek guy, but like in Metamorphosis, when they find Zephram Cochrane in the original series, and he's like, I don't know if you know, Captain, but a lot of immortality consists of boredom.
Franco Walker says, my impression of that guy from the B-52s sounded like the Kenny Everett character Cupid Stunt.
So talking about sales, tomorrow, me and Gamer here, if he doesn't burn my ship down again, yeah, we're going to be doing Sea of Thieves. Gamer, you're still not allowed to cook.
Hey, give yourself a plug by all means.
We're playing Sea of Thieves, and
Gamer's Sea of Thieves.
Yeah, and Gamer's banned from cooking. Aren't you, Gamer?
The ship did not burn down; it was simply on fire.
Melvin says,
are fun.
Melvin's going to disagree with me here. He says, how can you be immortal and bored?
Well, you don't have a Sega Genesis.
Oh, I love Sega. I love Mega.
If I were immortal, I would get a Sega Genesis.
I've still got. In fact, I've got two. I've got two
You're
left.
Kidding?
I've got a Model 1 Sega Mega Drive, and I've got the Model 2. I'm just about to. Yeah.
What games do you have?
I have every single game, and it's all on one cartridge.
No, you don't.
I do.
You hourder.
I don't have the Mega Drive. I have all the Sonic games in the original Sega Genesis.
Let's listen.
For my 50th birthday, my son said, "What do you want?" And I said, "I want an EverDrive X5," and that is a Mega Drive cartridge with a slot in the top for an SD card. And it's got its own inbuilt software on this FGPA chip. And you basically put all the binary files for the Sega games onto the card in a directory. It reads it, and you can pick and play whatever you want. So,
do you have the Terminator?
I have every single
Terminator, the original Terminator for the Sega Genesis is one of the best, hardest video games.
One of my favorite games, and this is ironic, one of my all-time top 5 Sega Mega Drive games is a game called Lethal Enforcers 2. And you had the blue gun and you plugged it into the second joypad port.
Yeah.
But you can't play that on a modern TV because modern TVs don't have the same refresh rates as CRTs. Yeah, so you can't make them work. So how ironic's that? I've got the Enforcer, which is the gun.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kids of all ages, if you would like to subscribe and like this show, this channel, and also if you would like to send a CRT, a cathode ray tube television to our friend Trev.
No.
You know what? He's gonna be able to wave his fake gun at it.
Sword in the Storm says, I'm bored and I've never died. Well, other channels are available. I think that's what you're getting at. I'm sorry if I'm keeping you awake there, but never mind.
No, I'm bored. I'm bored.
You know what is absolutely hilarious, though? I don't know if Trevor remembers it. The band ad from the Irish Road Company. The band, they did a road safety ad that actually got banned.
Really? How so?
I could play it without music if you want.
Or you could explain it verbally.
Explain it, because without the sound in context, you can't really get what you're getting at.
Music playing, like there's no talking. Right, so basically, they have this class of kids, right? And they're all being cute and kids, and they turn around and they're like skipping about, and there's music playing, that like she's so lovely, and you know that one, right? And then you see this guy getting ready, like grabbing his keys, eating a bit of toast, and off he goes. And the kids are playing Ring Around the Rosie. And then they're sitting down playing, and this kid is playing with a little dinky car of the same car that the guy just got in. Then he flips the car, it comes flying over the wall, flying over the fence. This little kid that was playing with the car looks up as the car smashes down on the entire class, killing all the kids.
Internet Help Desk says, is this the one that rolls a car over a picnic of kids?
That's the one. That's the one. That is the one.
Franco Walker says, oh, I know the one. You don't need sound. No, we're not going to go there. Not on this channel, not tonight. We're just going to keep it nice and simple because there's just under 20 minutes left of the show.
Yeah.
So I just thought we'd just keep it nice because we've had a good vibe, haven't we, guys, tonight? We've just let the randomness.
I'm having a blast. Yeah.
Well, that's how the show works. You know, we just start talking shit about something and we end up down a bit of a tangent and a rabbit hole and we let it roll from there. And it's been good so far. I've quite enjoyed it.
Well, and Trev, here's a thing I did earlier is it's Valentine's Day. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. And I was on with my Valentine, best friend on the internet, anti-derivative Jill, and we were talking about Sub Rosa. She hates Sub Rosa. And I'm like, oh, come on. It's good, bad. It's good, bad. And we were having such a blast. And the thing is that, come on, we can all enjoy things. This is the thing, is that enjoy things. Enjoy things. Find your love wherever it happens to occur. Although, you know, the way I said that at the end, it sounded ominous. Find your love.
You and ominous, sir, in the same sentence. I'm surprised.
No, but wait. Here's my request. Here's what I want you to do for my Valentine's Day. I would like everyone on the panel, if it's possible. No, you don't have to fuck off. I want you to stay. I want you to give me a lap dance in the style of Jack Palance. So can you do if you need a line reading, we're gonna go with Jack Palance from Batman. You are my number one guy. So if everyone in the panel can give me a number one guy.
I'll tell you what I can do. I'll counter your offer because there's no way I can do Jack Palance. But I can deliver you that line in the style of General Chang, if you wish.
I'm in.
So what's the line again? I want a lap dance from you.
No, it's Jack, I want you to know that you are my number one guy.
Jack, I want you to know that you're my number one guy. Now,
it's okay.
Who's next? I can see you, Kirk. That's better. I've got more experience with that one.
Oh, no, that was way better.
I can see you, Kirk. Can you see me? Now, do be honest. One warrior to another. As it was meant to be. No peace in our time. Takpe, takpa. There we go. Just for you,
Have we not heard the chimes at midnight, Captain?
Earth, Hitler, 1939. Excuse me?
We need breathing room.
Yeah. How could these men be walking? General
that was a good Dorn. That was a good Dorn. Anyway, it's good to see Finity in the chat. How are you doing, sir? I'm glad you're alive. I would like to say I got a biopsy and it didn't end up being cancerous. But on the flip side, nobody cared.
Good.
Well, you know, nice to know you're going to still be with us.
Well, you know, some people.
Do you know what? I've got to that age in my life now. If people don't like me for who I am and they don't like what I do, they can quite happily go and fuck themselves and go somewhere else. Other channels are available.
I go further.
You don't need Elon money for that either.
Like, I just figure that if people don't like me, it's a character flaw in them.
Well, you know.
Like I said to a friend of mine that I've known for like 20 years, and I was like, you know what? I don't want to go to this social gathering because, you know, I'm upset. And like, I don't know if, like, there are going to be people there who don't like me. And then she said to me, she was like, people don't like you? How is this possible? And then I was like, oh, right.
Franco Walker says, somebody loves you. Please subscribe and hit the bell, share, hit like, and select live chat. It would be nice because apparently a good 60%. Let me just get these stats.
Aren't we supposed to get to 1,000 subscribers by today?
Oh, it's not happening. I failed.
No, I
miserably.
All right.
You know,
fail. The audience did.
You know,
I want to see what the mystery prize is to get to 1,000. Yeah.
It's a mystery prize.
Free fleshlights for everybody.
Well, according to form, 60% of the people watching aren't subscribed overall. And
I asked you earlier, how many of them are hanging around though for the stream? You were mentioning that earlier. Do you have a link that they're staying around?
I wish you'd have said before I closed the bloody app.
Oh.
Well, it would be nice because, like I've said before, I'm trying to grow the channel because it's not just me. It's a collective of a load of us, you know? Mm-hmm. We're all doing this to make YouTube fun again, and we're doing it just for the lulz. So thank you for that, Franco. I really appreciate that, matey. Hang on a minute. People just can't leave shit alone. Manona says he's talking about that thing on his back again. No, I'm not talking about that thing on my back because that's done with. That's it. There's no going back to how things were. So that is done. That just hold on, Scotty. That particular chapter of Tinternets, you know, is done with. So I'm quite happy to move on.
But I'm really fortunate because I asked even before because I know Brown. I know Mr. Brown's Alliance, and I asked him because I wanted to kind of, you know, poke. I was like, can I come on for Captain America 4? Because I know I'm gonna be the only guy who likes it. And he said yes. So I'm gonna be on Mr. Brown's Sunday show.
Well, that's good. I hope you have a good time, mate.
Talking about Captain America. Cool. And I'm going in with absolutely great faith. Like, I'm just looking for the conversation. I'm a fan of Mr. Brown. I'm a fan of Captain America. And we're hopefully going to have a great conversation.
You don't have to explain yourself, mate. You're an adult, full grown. You do what you want to do. You don't have to. If somebody come to me and said, "Oh, I'm going to go on such and such stream. Have you got a problem with this?" I'd be like, "Why are you fucking not even asking me?"
No.
Trev, I think Scotty's right. He's going to be the only one.
I'm asking permission.
No, you don't need to.
I'm asking if is it okay.
Scotty, you've got hairs on your balls, I assume. You're a man full grown.
No, I shave.
You pay your taxes. You know, you've done things minors can't do. So, you know, just get on with it.
Yeah. Well, you know what? I just like talking about the things that I want to talk about. And I do want to talk about Captain America 4.
Well, you do that. Well, it's entirely up to you, matey.
So what I know, right? About the whole Captain America thing is Bucky is the one who's meant to have gone to S.H.I.E.L.D.
No, not true.
It went Sam
Bucky's
first.
The one that got it back.
Yeah, Bucky got it back, but Sam got it first.
Who's Fucky?
Bucky.
You know, Fucky McFuckerston.
Yeah, Fucky McPhee.
But Bucky was the one who got it last. But Sam didn't have it for that long in the comics.
Oh, well, but the thing is, we're talking about the MCU, and I do appreciate the incorporation of the comic books. But Sam picks up the shield, and Steve says, "How does it feel?" And Sam says, "Like it belongs to someone else." And Steve Rogers says, "It doesn't."
Right, but then he proceeded to give the shield away.
Because he didn't feel worthy.
No, but that because I actually watched the entire series. I'm sure you did too, Scotty. I don't have a problem with Steve Rogers giving him the shield. He did what he did. But when Sam gives up the shield and then they give it to John Walker, and it takes the Winter Soldier to get it back by kicking John Walker's butt, at that point, Bucky should have taken the shield. He had earned it. Sam gave it away. He had his shot, and the Winter Soldier. Bucky should be
the Winter
America.
Soldier.
I mean, he is the Winter Soldier. Yeah, and there's
hasn't Bucky become the White Wolf yet?
Do you know what's just? This is all reminding me saying "fucky" and then Rogers. Did anybody see the Adventures of Fuck Rogers?
Has anyone deep faked Haley Atwell onto some glorious porn
Can
star?
you remember Wilma Cockfit? She was his assistant. Remember that?
No.
The Adventures of Fuck Rogers. Wilma Cockfit. I just thought that was fucking great scripting. Whoever came up with that idea must have just fucking literally spent 7 seconds figuring that out. Hello, Vex in the chat. Hello.
Yeah. Hello.
How are you? Nice to see you in here. It's nearly time up. We've got just a little over 8 minutes left of the show.
Nice. You can do a lot of things 100
just
times.
A quickie. Oh, sorry, Tater. I keep railroading you. You'll have to get used to that, because I'm a big lad and I'll steamroller any bugger, really. Just thinking ahead, we've been talking about MCU, and considering Gunn has jumped ship to the DCU, do we have good expectations for Superman and whatever comes next?
Yes, I honestly have good expectations for Superman. People are complaining about the Superman suit. Now, here's the thing, though. They have showed the finished version of the Green Lantern. I forget which one it is.
Guy Gardner.
Thank you.
Yeah.
They showed the finished version of him. He's not as janky looking as when he showed up first in the movie.
He's still pretty janky.
Yeah, but so does the character.
Guy Gardner is supposed to be janky, so don't get
until
upset.
Until he hits the Red Lantern era. Then he gets style.
I don't know as much as you do.
Oh no. I wonder if they'll be trying to get Ryan Reynolds back to reboot Green Lantern. That would be interesting.
Dude, after the latest controversy that's come out against Ryan Reynolds, I doubt he'll be going anywhere for a while.
Oh, what's that? I've not heard that.
Oh my God! Don't go all People magazine.
No, it's everywhere.
Well, I'll tell you what, Tater. I'll look it up after the show. We'll leave that one alone. It's all right. It's how I say things. Where I'm from in the UK, I'm sort of like between the south and the north, and people around here don't fit in with people from the north or the south. Yeah, so the Midlands. So we say Tater. We're not quite Yorkshire, but we're not quite London either. So we've got our own dialects around here. You see.
My family.
It's so strange because Trev, I thought you were from Florida.
No, that's Gamer.
That makes sense.
But Trev, my family in the UK, they all live in Swansea. They have a fun accent.
Yeah, Swansea. That's Wales, isn't it? DVLA area, not DVDA. If anybody knows what DVDA is, you've seen the same South Park movie I did.
I think it's 5 to 10 in a state penitentiary.
You don't like so one of their husbands is Scottish and they keep making a joke about him. How do you know that you made it why did the Scottish wear kilts?
Sorry, I got totally put off there by MC saying he's from the Midlands. Vex says, is Potato as adorable as he sounds? I want to give him some biscuits and apple juice right now. Oh, you've got a fan.
Nice.
Oh, I don't
I'm
know
in my 30s.
I don't know if you're aware of Vex Electronica, Tater.
No.
But
Hey,
she is lovely. She's a part of the gang. We all love her, and she chucks out some amazing content, usually daily as well.
Yeah.
You want to check her out.
But it's okay.
Yeah, Vex is rad.
Tomorrow, but it's okay if I plug my stream for tomorrow.
Well, you were going to do anyway, so fucking crack on.
Just go.
So tomorrow, at about 7 p.m. Is that okay for you, gamer?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, 7 p.m. Florida time, which is about 1 a.m. Irish time, I think. I'll fix up. But anyway, 7 p.m. Eastern time in America. We are going to be playing Sea of Thieves and trying not to burn the ship down while we make some money.
Okay. I can't fault you one bit. I actually watched you playing that ship game the other day.
That's the one. Yeah. It led to a saying on our ship. Well, I mean, it's okay. The water's put the fire out.
Are you familiar with seamen? I know Gamer's been playing that game too because I've watched you playing it as well.
Funny joke.
Oh, that makes me want to do my SpongeBob.
Yeah, you're gonna need a sponge.
Mr. Krabs. It makes me laugh how Mr. Krabs is the Kurgon. Oh, I love that. Nobody seen Highlander?
No, I did years ago. He was also in an episode of Enterprise.
He was indeed. He was a Ryan slaver, wasn't he?
No, he was on that desert planet where Archer landed and got dehydrated.
Right. Yeah, like the religious-y type of nomad type. Yeah, I remember now. I'll always remember him for his role in Buckaroo Banzai. He was good in that.
He was also in Ahsoka.
Yeah, he's been in.
I was in Ahsoka, and I don't mean the television show. I just mean I fucked Ahsoka.
I wonder if there's another porn spoof spin-off, and it's called Ass Poker. That'd be quite funny.
Oh my god! You know what? I'm not a Star Wars fan, but if I were to think of, totes. Yeah, no, I'm an Ahsoka Rule 34 guy.
Does anybody want to plug any streams while you have the opportunity? Because less than 3 minutes
Cinema
to
go. Gulp, Phantasmagorium, Antiderivative Jill, and Trev Retro.
Nice.
Farfatia Games. He also has a book, The Farfatia Chronicles. It's a fantasy book. Go check that out. It's on Amazon. And go and check out the Eclectic Goat as well.
Hey, definitely. She likes bizarre pizza toppings. Gamer, will you be streaming any gameplay?
Yes, I actually have 5 episodes. I'm trying to drop them tomorrow. Obviously, I'm here on the Fubar Friday.
Will you be swabbing the deck? Are you swabbing the deck again?
I'm the captain of the ship. Well, I'm actually a Commodore. Potato keeps demoting me after burning his ship down.
Your last name's not 64, is it?
Being an admiral? No, Commodore.
Commodore 64.
Yeah, right,
there you go.
I don't like Commodores.
Really? Why not?
No. I don't know. They seem like they don't have power. They're administrators.
Oh, you're on about the rank, not the fucking computers. Oh, Jesus, that's on me.
Maybe I'm wrong. I'm not saying I'm correct. Well, I'm just saying I don't like Commodores.
Geordie was a Commodore.
What? When?
Picard.
In season 3.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a well-regarded episode of television.
Anyway, we have got a minute left to go. Thank you to everybody in the chat for joining us tonight. And I would like it if you are watching and you've not already subscribed, please do subscribe because we're trying to get that algorithm, because apparently if you don't get going with that algorithm, YouTube just does not give a shit about you. You're coughing better anyway, Scotty. Thank you for joining us at short notice.
We do? What do we do? Do we say all of the algorithm words? What do we say?
I don't know.
What are the algorithm words?
I'm barely scratching the surface, but thank you for joining us, Scotty. Tater, it's been an absolute pleasure, sir. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah, it was fun having Tater tonight. Absolutely.
And if you're ever up late enough, you're welcome on my channel.
Oh, well, I have to get up at stupid o'clock for work. Gamer.
Who's that? Me? Can I come on?
Come on what? You're not coming on me. Thanks for the offer.
Not if you don't play your cards right.
Somebody asked me this week if I was gay, and I said I'm not even fucking happy. Gamer, thank you very much for joining us tonight.
Thank you, Trev.
It's been an absolute scream. Thank you, guys. Thank you, chat. And don't forget, we're back on Monday for Monday Night Mayhem. This week, we'll be checking out Hackers. Anybody see that movie?
I have multiple times.
Oh, spandex is a ride.
DVD.
You've got VD. Well, that's nice. I hope it clears up.
I have VD.
Nice. Thank you for joining us, everybody, and I'll catch you for Monday Night Mayhem. Please do like and subscribe.